Hey, what's happening, Roland? Well, today it's the first week of July. In fact, July 4th was yesterday, and I just got back from the Louisiana Delta. I fished with Mike Frenette. It was a great trip for redfish. I fished with Eddie Adams. We caught a lot of trout. I fished with all sorts of people, and then we got also the week before. Jimmy Houston and I were over in Toledo Bend, and we caught the crappie and we caught the bass, and so we've had a really good week. But listen, let me just show you some of the stuff that we were doing in Louisiana. And right now, this is my little drone, and I'm just going to hit this button right here and watch what happens. I'm going to take off real quick. I'm just going to take off, and I'm going to just show you what happens. Okay, now I'm going to back it up. I'm going to back it up. I'm going to back it up. Okay, it's right there. And now look at the drone. I'm going to show this shot. Okay. There we are. We're standing right here. In fact, I'm going to just kind of turn in, and I'm going to just zoom in a little bit. And there we are, right there. I'm zooming in right to where I am right now. And in fact, you can see the screen right there. you can see the screen on the right there on the. Look at this screen here. See, you can see that screen. Anyway, okay. So what we were doing, hey, we took the drone out, and I just want to tell you this is really cool. We were flying the drone, and we had this guy Justin Wolf. He's a videographer from California. I've used him a lot before, and he had his drone up just like this, and I was fishing with Eddie Adams, one of the top guides on the Louisiana Delta. We were trying some redfish, but this particular scene I'm going to show you is some big trout. We caught trout after trout after trout, and what we did, we had the drone up in the air like that, and we just well, in fact, I'm just going to move it this way. I'll just kind of move it around, and just so again, we're just in we're just looking right at this drone. I'm just gonna let it fly right there just for a second.
Right under the fan, huh?
That's right on the fan. It's all right. It won't hurt anything.
Yeah, it was losing direction.
Okay. I'll move it this way. I'll get it over this way. Turn it around. Okay, it's right on us again. Okay. Now, while the drone's sitting there, well, I'll just show you. This spot. This video. Now, okay. Now look at this video right here. See, the drone's up in the air like that. See that? I'm going to come in, and I'm going to come in and hit that button, and watch this shot. What's happening? Oh, let's see. I gotta get the thing going. The drone's up in the air, and I'm talking to the camera, and there's another camera going. I'm talking to Eddie, and we have another camera working too. And so, okay, he's got a trout on. Okay, now I'm talking to the camera about the trout, and then all of a sudden I got a trout on. I mean, we did double after double after, and these aren't little trout. These are big sea trout. These are really big, nice, just gigantic Louisiana sea trout that are just so perfect. I mean, these are really good, big 18, 20-inch trout, and that's the kind of trout that we got right here. So that's really gorgeous fish right there. That's gorgeous. Okay, so that's one deal. Okay, let me get that out of the way. I've gotten really good at this stuff. Now let me land the drone first. See, I come in like this, and I come over like this. And I come over that way. I come down, and I come down. Oh, you gotta back up. You gotta back up. I gotta come down. Okay, that's the end of the drone. Okay, now the next shot, I'm with Mike Frenette. Now, Mike Frenette, he guides out of Venice Marina, and Venice Marina is the actually fishing capital of the world. You got offshore tuna, you got the oil rigs, you got 3,000 oil rigs offshore that are just fantastic. And so, what Mike and I did, we went back into the marsh and we're looking for redfish. Now, we're looking for some bull reds, but we found a little drain, and the tide was falling. And so, what we did on this little deal, we came into this deal here. Now, notice we're in a little drain, and the water's coming out. Let me come into that scene right real quick, and I'll show you what the deal is. Okay, now watch this one. And we're in a little drain. You can see the bottom. Now watch, you can see the bottom. You hear us talking. See, I'm throwing the one. I threw right to then. I got him. Okay, I got that one. That's one. Okay. Now these fish are all around. They're just all in the area. Now Mike, he knows these places. He's really good. He's got a son, two sons that guide as well, and it's really a big deal. And then Mike's got one. And Mike just threw in the second one that's there, so we got a double. And that's the kind of things you do. You get these schools of reds and trout all double up like this. And see, we're talking right now. He's got there's redfish all over the place.
And both these are pretty decent. That's what it's all about, folks. Oh. Coming down here to Venice, Louisiana, getting Mike if you're available. The problem about half the time he's booked about 6 months ahead of time. You're booked all the way up through the spring right now, aren't you? Yeah, but I got two sons that do a great job and a couple more captains that are really good. We try to make room for everybody.
Okay. Now that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of action you have down there. And I tell you, Venice, Louisiana, there's over 1 million acres of this marsh, and this river, the Mississippi River, flows, and this is actually a tributary, little small tributary of the Mississippi. So this water's almost fresh. It's a little salty, but these redfish, they like that kind of mixture of a brackish environment with like a little bit of salt, a little bit of fresh, and they'll be in completely fresh water as well, and so will the trout. Anyway, it's kind of funny. Mike's a real funny guy, and he's all kidding about which fish is bigger. We're trying to figure out which fish. But that's all. That's what we call keeper size redfish. Might be a little big. I think that one there is probably over 27. And I got a little story to tell you about these fish. These Louisiana people want to keep only the small ones. See, once they're over 27, you got to throw them back. So I remember one time I was down in Venice. I'll tell you that story in a second. Let's get this done. Let's see. I'll just get this thing here. See. Anyway, it's really a cool deal. These are, and there's some more fish. I don't know if you can see them, but occasionally, every once in a while, you'll see another fish, a third or fourth fish, swimming around in the scene after that. So anyway, that's just kind of the deal. Let's see if I can find it. I can't find my little arrow. Where's my arrow? I don't know where it went. Anyway, here it is. I can go a little bit farther forward. There. That's. The one on your left hand. See, he's saying that's the bigger one, and that's the big one, but he's just funny. But see, that's probably over 27, and that would be a keeper. That's a 7 or 8 pound size. That's a little bit bigger, a little bit. You'd have to throw that one back. So anyway, what the little story I wanted to tell you that was so cool was that when I was in Venice, Louisiana, one time, and I was with Jeff Edgecombe. Jeff Edgecombe is the manager of the Venice Marina, and Jeff, I called him on the phone. I said, Jeff, what's biting? The redfish biting on the jetties, which is another area to fish. And he said, yeah. I said, is the fishing any good down there? He said, no, the fish is not any good at all. And I said, well, why? He says, heck, all you'll catch down there on the jetties are these great big 15 and 20 and 30 pound redfish, and they're too big to keep. You got to throw them back, and they tear up your tackle, and they break your line. And who wants to fool with those big giant fish that mess you up? I said, me, I want to catch those big ones. But anyway, that's funny because the locals, they hate those big bull reds. And we come down there as sport fishermen, and we want to catch the biggest ones we can catch. Of course, it's a catch and release deal. We're catching all these fish, and it's releasing them as well, all the trout and all the redfish. By the way, you can keep 15 trout, and those trout that we were catching, they have to be at least 15 inches long or 16 inches long. These are all 17 to 22 inch trout. These are great big 2 and 3 and 4 pound trout. And then the redfish we saw were some of those were keeper as well. So the locals, all they want to do is eat fish, and so we don't do that. We just come down and catch and release them. So that's kind of the story. It's just kind of a little funny story that we want to tell you. Let me just show you the tackle we use. Okay, right now, let me shut this off, and I'll shut this down. Okay, the main thing we were using, and some of that was particularly the trout, was this popping cork setup. And you notice it's not too long. Now, sometimes when you're fishing redfish, well, you saw us catch some medium-sized redfish, but they're the bigger bull reds. And sometimes they're 20 and 30 and 40 pounds. And when they are 20 and 30 and 40 pounds, this is a big, heavy hook. And sometimes the big 20 or 30 pound redfish will hit this hook. And as it's pulling it through the water, another redfish will grab the cork. Well, there's no hook on the cork, but nevertheless, they're pulling hard against each other and they'll break the line. So I use like 40 or 50 pound leader for that reason, just so that they don't break the line. Well, it didn't happen this time. I didn't have any great big giant doubles, but quite often you'll get those big 20 and 30 pound fish pulling against each other and they'll break that leader. Okay, now this is a special little deal that Mike has developed. It's a popping cork. You notice little holes in it. If you notice little holes right here, and he does a lot of offshore fishing. A lot of those offshore plugs that you troll for dolphin and wahoo and stuff like that and tuna, they have holes in them, and the water spurts out of the holes and it forms a bubble trail. Well, this cork that Mike has developed is that way. And so I have it set fairly short. And you notice we caught the trout on a rig just exactly like that. And for a rod, Favorite has an old Salty series, and it's just perfect. This is the 7.3 or something or other medium action, and it's the 5,000 Salty reel, and I got it on 50-pound braid. It's just perfect. Okay, that's one deal. Now another thing that I didn't show you on the video, but another really good bait is throwing this spinnerbait. Now we did catch a bunch of our fish this trip on the spinnerbait. This is Jimmy Houston's Red Man spinnerbait. It's so cool. It has a number 4 Colorado gold blade, and it's indestructible. The nice thing about that, I'm throwing it on in this case, a 50-pound braid. You could get by with a smaller line. The only thing it'll tear up is the skirt, but I mean, it's just indestructible kind of thing. And it's regular bass tackle. This is my regular 7-foot favorite rod that I helped design and develop along with my son Scott, and it's just perfect with that 8-to-1 Solace reel. Well, so that's a really good combination there. And then the third thing is we're just throwing a regular jig, just a regular swim jig on a 1/4 ounce head. Again, you can throw. You don't need a leader. If the water is real clear, maybe you could, but most of the time, Mike says you don't even need a leader. Just straight to the braid would be a really good deal. And that's again the same kind of rod. It's that 7-foot Pro Series rod that we developed, and it's an 8-to-1 Solace reel and 50-pound braid. Oh, so it's my bass stuff. It's my bass stuff. And so what a trip we've had. And I tell you, we came down here and we had, of course, my O'Reilly wrap and my Superstar batteries. I've just put brand new batteries in the boat. What a deal, because you get out in that Gulf, you need them. And my power poles work. Look at this. I have my new Move trolling motor with my right height adjustment on there. And what's so cool about this is, just show you this. This is the forward-facing sonar. And with this foot pedal, I can make that thing rotate around. See, I'm rotating it right here, and I hit that one, and I hit this one. So that signal, this trolling motor can be in the water, kind of holding in position. And now with the transducer independently, I can now target fish as I'm on spot lock, or actually anchor mode, and go all around the boat a 360 and see where the fish or the structure, the stumps or the weeds are. And anyway, it's just working so good. That Move trolling motor is a gem. So anyway, folks, I've had a great trip. I did a whole bunch of films. I was down in Mexico. I was down in Toledo Bend, and then of course we finished up the week with all that good fishing down the Louisiana Delta. What a trip! It was fantastic. Hey, thanks for watching, and hey, hit that likes button, hit that subscribe button. We need all the help with and all these beautiful sponsors I have and advertisers. Hey, we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.